Good morning. Welcome back to my live stream. Today is June 28th, 2018. My name is Jeff Fritz, and I call this Fritz and Friends. Thank you so much, everybody who's tuning in. I see folks. Scott's in New York City today. How's it going to all my friends in New York City? I wasn't able to connect with you last night, but it's great to hear that you had a fun time out there. Texas, Claire's dialing in from. Oh, Will is in Taiwan. Thanks for staying up, Will. Oh, my gosh. And Alfonso in Mexico. Yes, Hutz from Germany. And a very early morning. Ozcoder, thank you for tuning in from Australia. On my way out of Deutschland, I had to stop and grab a hat. I love my hats, so I had to pick up a new one. I wanted one that actually said Deutschland on it, but I'll settle for the English Germany. And I was thinking we'd be celebrating a win over the Koreans yesterday, and that didn't happen. And yeah, we're not doing so good at football over there. Hey there, MPet and Shy Sharp from Wales, and oh my God, there's Cryptrix. We've got a bunch of friends from Brazil, and from the Netherlands. Oh my gosh, I need to make a map or something here so we can plot all the cool places people are joining us from. Thank you so much. And Washington State. We don't have anybody from the ever exciting place that my in-laws are from, Delaware, do we? I'm just saying. Delaware, it's amazing. Don't knock it till you've tried it. They've got a really big racetrack there. We call it the Monster Mile. It's fun to check out. Let's see, I'm going to play some music to code by here in the background so we can get going and get in the groove here. I'm going to play Indigo today. There we go. Of course, music to code by. This is music that's been scientifically engineered and written by our friend Carl Franklin to get us in the groove, get us focused so that we can write code better or whatever task you may want to work on. Check it out at mtcb.pwop.com or musictoflowby.com. All right. And Joe, 739. Hello from the Netherlands. What is football? Oh, come on now. Yes, I did enjoy my visit to Germany. It was quick. I bopped in and flew right out. I was only in for a few days. And it was nice. Got some time to meet some friends in Europe that I haven't seen in a while. And gave I think it was a pretty good keynote. The reaction that I've gotten and I've seen on Twitter is that folks really enjoyed it. I even put together a Twitter moment. And I like using the Twitter moments feature to kind of highlight whenever I do a keynote so that it's easy for me to go back and find pictures, or when people say stuff about it, I can go and find it easily. I'm going to dial it up here on Twitter so that I can share with you where this is. So here's my Twitter page. There I am yapping. There we go. Developer Week Deutschland keynote. Hey, there's Jürgen from Germany. Yeah, you're not playing. Some of these photos aren't entirely in focus, but links to Developer Week talking about the event. I was thrilled that we got so many pictures. Like I said, not entirely in focus. Is that what my butt looks like? Oh my gosh. Hey, thanks so much for the subscription, Joe. We'll, of course, match that. Send a donation over to Girl Develop It so that we can support them to grow and learn how to write code just like we do here. So thanks so much for your support. And to show my thanks, you're going to get a .NET bot emote that you can use in the chat rooms all over Twitch. All right. Let's see. So a lot of pics from really far back. That's okay. All right, cool. So that's out there. If you want to check that out, you can find it on my Twitter profile. So I've got, my gosh, you guys are killing it out there with the pull requests for CoreWiki, and I wanted to go through I wanted to go through and do a couple of fixes, try and complete some of the features around the historical data, and you're killing it. You are killing it. 7 more pull requests coming into this morning. This is great. I am thrilled with the participation that we're getting here working on this project. Let's take a look at what we've got submitted here. Take a look at some of the code that I wrote over the weekend while I was bored on a plane flying over the Atlantic. And let's see if we can finish off this historical data feature set here. So Joe, subscription is it's a monthly thing. You have to come through and click to renew it. That's all. All right. Let's go over to our code. There we go. Now we're back in the middle of it. And it feels so good to be back home in the home studio where I've got a good, stable connection, able to broadcast. My gosh, I'm so sorry about how Monday went. Ooh. So we've got a bunch of fixes here. And there's one here, fix issue with making changes to the Razr files while debugging. I saw this and it was like, this is a problem we've been running into a bit here on stream. An error occurred during the compilation of a resource required to process this request. Please review. And it's this issue right here where it sees 2 versions of the tag helpers library, right? Or it's got this double version conflict. And Emo found the resolution. Let's close some of these other tabs. Over here in the .NET Core repository. We recently updated, everything works fine, but when you change a Razr file, we're viewing the browser. So Razr files are interpreted at runtime, right? And when you compile for release mode, we actually compile those down to a DLL so that it runs a lot faster. We're not interpreting those on the fly. But we're seeing that you're not getting the rich interpreting action in debug mode so that you can change a file, refresh, change a file, refresh. It's throwing an error and you have to rebuild every time. And so this was moved to ASP.NET Home. But updating all the Microsoft NuGet packages to 2.1.1 seems to fix the problem. But if we go over to the ASP.NET Core one, they're also reporting the problem in the MVC repository. And everybody's saying, let's just update all the way across to 2.1.1. And I think we've done that properly. Let's see what Emo submitted here. 7 files changed. So here's a CS proj and pushing everything to 2.1.1, it looks like. So this was a UI fix that he's working on. But what I'm going to do... Yeah, this is a user interface thing here. It's not quite clear to me what has changed in this. And I'm looking... Oh, look at this. We're going to use an image for Core Wiki here in the header. There's a... Let's view that icon. White on a... Yeah. There's 2 commits in error. I'm trying to see what the icon looks like here, and it's that CW icon that we've been working with. So here's what I'm going to do. Really, right, there's no way to cherry pick and pull just the one commit, is there? Right? Is that possible? Get pull only one commit from a pull request. There we go. You need to basically create a new branch and cherry pick the commits you want to add to it. Aha! So there is a way to do this. So, yeah, how to pull request a specific commit. Cherries, yeah. All right. So you cherry pick the SHA of the commit. Okay. So let's see if we can grab just that one commit, because we can see it there in the list of commits. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the command line instructions so I can pull down all of Emo's changes here. And I thought I had a command shell open. I don't. And here we go. Okay, so I have all of those changes and all of those commits. So what I'll do to cherry pick that one, I'm going to go. Let's see if I go over to my dev branch. Okay, good. And now let me try git cherry pick, and then his SHA for that one commit that we want is this one. Where'd that SHA go? There it is. So if I do that, will it give me just that one? Oh, look at that! And now I'll git push. So let's take a look. What does this show that I did? It doesn't show that I pulled that one commit, but if I look at my code, there it is. Let's click that, and there's the one fix. I like it. So I'm going to go back to the pull request, and I'm going to close this. I have cherry picked the one commit and merged it into the dev branch. Thanks for researching and fixing this. Cool. Git gets cooler the more I see it in action. Amen, S&B. Git's kind of like Excel. Most of us only know like 10-20% of Excel, but we each know a different 10 to 20%, a different 10 to 20% of Excel. And when you see somebody else use Excel in a different way than you do, you learn a little bit more. So that's cool. I'm glad that it looks like we have that fixed. Fix homepage edit bug 145. All right, what's this one? Was seeding database with homepage instead of home space page, which changed slug when an edit page was saved to the database. Would it be better if we just referenced the article IDs instead of the topic or slug? Homepage ID should always be 1, as it's automatically created during the creation of the WikiDB and should never be deleted. Hey Justin, good to see you. It's harder to misuse than Excel. Well, that's why we have websites like oh shit git. All right, let's see what the change is here. I would really prefer to refer to slugs when we're working with these, but yeah, it should be home space page. I'm okay with that. Let's merge that. I'm good. I'm good with that change. Thank you for picking up on this issue and submitting the fix. Awesome. Hey, you know what? Why isn't my Git scoreboard up there? Did it just not refresh? Did it just not load? There we go. Alright. Cool. I was referring to using the ID just for the home page. There should only be one in there at the point that it's seeding it, so I don't think it's too big a problem. I can go either way on it. I managed to check in a secret to Git. Oh, yeah, that's a terrible thing. Good morning, Joe Bun. Or actually, good afternoon. Yep, we haven't been in here too long just yet. Let's see, fix a couple of migration issues. So our friend Ashley, they've been going at it here, just tearing away, looking at security issues and various other nagging things, and I'm thrilled with the level of participation. I haven't seen Ashley in our chat here. And I haven't been able to pick up any information because Ashley's account here is quite anonymous on Git, but I'm thrilled with the participation. And I haven't seen anything that leads us in a wrong way, so let's see what we can learn from Ashley here in this pull request. Hopefully it should be able to help us fix the issue with being able to apply migrations when merging PRs. Fixes 155, SQLite unsupported migration operations. Yeah. This one could be one of the main reasons why apply migrations button is failing to work. Could also be that I'm not generating migrations properly when I'm going through here. Alright, so ensure created does not create the EF migration history table. This causes future migrations to fail. Changing to migrate processes migrations correctly and creates the relevant history table. Alter column causes an unsupported operation exception in SQLite, causing the migrations to fail. This has been removed from the migration because the initial create migration already set the slug column to nullable, making this change redundant. It feels bad that EF would generate commands that aren't supported by the database schema it is targeting. Yeah, that's true. Why was the alter command even needed? Is this breaking the schema? So it's going from nullable true to nullable true. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. It's not doing any... Well, I'm not sure. Added a nullable without a default. So what actually was changed in this? Files changed, 3 of them. So it changed ensure created to migrate. I think we did that in another stream as well. In the comment create, dropped the alter column. Okay. And changed it. Null is default, not question mark. I'm okay with both of these changes. I don't see too big of an issue with what's submitted here. Let's see if we can get that in. Thanks for this fix. Alright. Next one. Expanded on email notification feature and added email templates. There's a lot going on in this one. Let me look at a couple of these fixes here before we come into this. Change to migrate was in the authorization branch. We've got a couple of branches going on here that we need to start consolidating away. Yeah. How close are we? Is there anything else in that authorization branch? I mean, I think we can push it up. Merge hell ahead. I hope not. I hope not. let's finish these couple of PRs, and then we'll look at merging in that feature authorization branch. Fix localization of article not found page following on-stream merge. Sorry. Might be worth editing the description to include fixes 163 or close so that the issue is closed. Good call. A paginator string needs localization. Yeah. And let's take a look at the files that were changed. So page tag helper Razr. So we created a resource file that has the translations. Oh wow, you put... No wait, this is the example. We should get rid of the example code there. We don't really need it. Current page, first page, last page, next page, previous page. And then we can start looking at doing the translations on these as well. Article not found. List item 1. So we removed... Hang on. We removed article not found text. And we changed it to list item 1, list item 2, list item 3. Hey, Welsh Ronaldo. Yeah, I did have a good trip. Thank you. Thank you for asking. And you're right, SMB. Lots of generated code. I'm wondering. Yeah, there's ULs on the page. You're right, and I'm wondering. What the heck? Oh, that's the color in the background. I'm wondering, this is an artifact of how the layout is on the page, that it's specified like this. Right, because it's a UL with these LIs. I like that. If you're allowed to create articles, only show the ability to create articles if you have that permission. Let's do this. I think there's a little bit that we can do here that'll make... Right, this layout is very English oriented, you know? And having 3 bullets there that say, please this, then do this. No, I guess not. I tried to do HTML in the resx and failed. Yeah, I can believe that. So let's, you know what, alright, I'm okay with merging this. String localizer coming into the page tag helper. Change that to a 4. Nice. And then changing the page names to localizer. Oh, and this will work good with the arias that were built previously. Alright, so I'm good with this. This is a good one to merge. Thanks for the contribution. Alright. Hey, Code Veronica. How's it going? Good to see you. Paginator logic errors. What do we have here from Ashley? Fixes 160 and 161. Paginator text and last buttons clickable when no articles available. Yeah, that'll be a problem. Paginator buttons incorrectly enabled when page number manipulated. And Banifus, hey, good morning with a .NET bot out there. Hello, hello. I'm getting ready to order stickers. I want to make sure that I have stickers to give out. And I'm also setting up, if things work out correctly here in the next few weeks, I'm setting up to have logo built And I am doing merges into the dev branch. That's correct. And I'm also setting up. I want to recognize some of our folks who have been contributing and contributing for a long time, and also subscribing for a long time. I want to have something that I can issue, something that I can send you, a token of my thanks. So I'd like to have some stickers to be able to do giveaways, but also a little trinket that I might be able to send out. And if things land right here in the next week or two, we'll probably start doing that. But I want to get a logo first. Works on my machine sticker. Oh my gosh. Yes. Need works on my machine stickers. You know what? That's a great idea, Brave Cobra. Works on my machine. I would love. Yeah, thanks. I'm trying to get just that. Yeah, John Galloway helped build that. That's pretty good. I would and it's, well, no. You know what? It's a little crispy in there. Right? I'd love to get a high-res one of these. That's not quite right. But vote up on that idea. Yeah. Well, here's what I'm also thinking. That would be a cool... it's probably too much detail to do as an emote. Gotta think about that. I like that idea, though. I like that idea. Would it be better aesthetically to remove the button entirely if it isn't clickable? Good question, Parathon. That is what Google does. If we decide to go this route, we would need to put the spacers in place, otherwise the user will experience an unexpected jump when navigating. Oh, look at that. All right. Spacer would change navigation to look like this, although I'm not sure whether the gap is aesthetically pleasing. Nice comment there, Emo. But absolutely. Ashley's killing it. I'm not a big fan of the double arrows, go to first last buttons on paginators from a UI experience. It really seems to be a waste of space for the actual usefulness of being able to quickly go. The additional navigations buttons don't really provide much to the navigation experience. Let me know what you think in the chat room. But never back and go to the... Also, you have no page links at all and just be better to add additional attributes to the pager. I like this idea a lot. I really like this idea. Like the idea of the paginator, the pager being configurable. Can we take that as a feature, as a separate issue, and create the feature based on that? Let's see here. Alright, so we've got one merge issue here. Let's take a look at what the issue is. Oh, you know what? It's the localizer that we just introduced. Yeah. But I think it's okay if it's just those two spots. Oh, you know what? Look at this. It's not current page +1. It's next page number. Interesting. When in question, make it configurable. Amen, Fire Knight. I think you're spot on there. Or even a user profile, right? Something that a user can say, you know, I'd prefer to see the pager this way. So, very cool idea. I agree. So, let me, if it's just those two places, I'm going to do the merge right here on the web. So, previous page number is what we should be using here, not current page -1. Clickable, clickable. Alright, so I'm going to remove the top bits. And then we'll go down to the other. There it is. So this should be next page number, because that's calculated right there to determine what it is. Paste that in. And then we can remove the top one and that one. Yeah, there we go. Alrighty. Mark is resolved. Commit merge. Do it. Cool. Alright, now this one I'm going to squash. No, don't need an additional description. Just do it. Thank you. Thanks for fixing this up. And I like the discussion about how to configure the pager. Let's create that issue about pager configuration. The pager tag helper should be able to take attributes that determine whether to show the previous first page, last page, next page buttons. And we will make this an enhancement. I'm going to label it as help wanted and a good first issue in case anybody wants to jump in and take a shot at this. Oops, wait. 167. Created issue 167, right? 167. Yeah. To track the configuration of the pager issue. Feature, it's not an issue. Cool, alrighty. Next one. Alright, we'll come back to that. Markdown tag helper to encode, parse, and sanitize. Now this one, Ashley's really going after it on this. So the markdown tag helper, so we're using Rick Strahl, his markdown parser and tag helper, to process, right? To change our markdown into HTML. And Ashley tested basic cross-site scripting, right? That's what XSS is. Cross-site scripting, being able to put JavaScript or CSS in there that infects and changes the behavior as you would expect the website. Check several markdown syntax aren't affected. More extensive testing of effective markdown features required. I love the dedication to go through and test this. I also like that Ashley's signing all of their commits here. So took the work in progress tag off of this. That's cool. Just started looking at creating a tag helper for this one. If you have a different solution, I haven't got it to cross-site scripting yet. And I definitely think this is something that for our project isn't this isn't the drive for our project, right? This isn't something that we're focused on, the security of this. This is something I would rather Rick's component receive those features and be able to deliver those to his expanded audience that he's working with. Once it's done, it would be good to give them a pull option, put the option to them. They would rather put the onus on the end user to protect themselves. S&B talks about writing a sanitized tag helper. We might face a situation where someone forgets to wrap sanitized tag around the markdown, leaving us vulnerable. It'd be better replace the markdown tag and be protected across the board. Remove unsafe elements. Having done extensive testing using cross-site scripting, examples found around the web, and a whole CoreWiki article full of the attacks on this page, I believe this may address a lot of security issues while leaving the markdown features intact. Alright, so let's see. So Ashley made 3 changes. Introduced HTML sanitizer. Removed the West Wind markdown tag helper here. And started a new markdown tag helper that looks similar to it. But is sanitizing, right? Forms, buttons, inputs not allowed to be added. Okay. Okay. Still using the West Wind markdown parser. Encode any custom tags, pasting emails and other markup. Interesting. Okay. Removing VBScript, JavaScript data. Okay, on. Alright. So we don't get any JavaScript attached to an element. And what is this doing? These are the allowed of HTML tags. That's a lot of tags. Whew. Okay. I don't have any questions around this. This looks pretty good here. Now with me squashing that, right? Yeah, okay. Thanks for looking into this and contributing the feature. It's really cool. All right. Now I think all that's left here is this email notification feature, which I think this is in the authorization branch. So if we do this, and then I think we need to merge that authorization branch up because it's starting to get a little bit too diverged from our dev branch. What time are we looking at? Oh, we're good. All right, so ER WinDev Irwin. Okay, there we go. So this is Irwin. That makes sense now. All right, Irwin, let's see what we got here. Add a basic email templating service and email senders to send notification mails, expanding on the work already done by Jeff and Amanda. Cool. This is based off of issue 149. So Irwin created this issue to reference and describe what it is that he's building. That's fine. Don't need that over here. Don't need this one. Okay. New settings. Send grid API key from email address from name. Makes sense. That was something that I had hard coded in while we were working with Amanda on stream. So this makes a bit of sense to make these configuration options. Added new services. iTemplate provider reads template files from disk in an email templates directory. That makes sense. iTemplate parser replaces template placeholders with data from a model. Sure, okay. iEmail message formatter uses the template provider and template parser to create an email message. So Irwin has created here MVC, but for email messages, right? Our controller is the parser. No, I'm sorry. Our controller is the email message formatter. Our model is no, it's not. It's not quite MVC, right? We're gonna create a. We're gonna pass some sort of a model in. But the template provider loads the views, right? And this helps to parse and manage those. Neat. Currently only uses iEmail notifier to send emails. That's okay. But can be used in the future to send other kinds of notifications as suggested in 1.12. 1.12. Maybe another project. Thinking would be cool to add notifications of new articles and comments, subscriptions. So Emo is suggesting let's allow you to set up other subscription types. I agree. Yes, I want to do this. But I think this is going to be another project branch that we'll set up and we'll walk through. And I'd really like, I don't see him in the chat room, I'd really like Chef Brent from Twilio to join us and show how to hook things up like text message notifications for some of these things. So continuing here, new folders, email template folders, where the template provider looks for templates based on a given name and optional extension. Default template extension is TMPL. Okay, so it looks like you've invented a templating language. And it looks like it looks like right, using handlebars, mustache. It's not completely unheard of. But part of me wonders if using Razr would be easy to set up. Yeah, exactly. I'll continue. This is easy to find and replace. Yeah, thinking on the same line there, Brave Cobra. Thinking on the same line.
Do it!
Maybe we will. Placeholders are formatted with double curly braces. Looks like model for a property with the same name as the placeholder and replaces the placeholder with the property value. The model equals blah, blah, blah. Result, template, value 1, template 2. Makes sense. Notification service currently only implements a single method. In this setup, notification service is where new notification methods should be implemented. Okay, the service can select by which method a notification should be sent. Email, text, WhatsApp. That's interesting too. So it's a task, notify new author, comment, core wiki user for the author, article, comment. So this is the notification type. Yeah, there is. Joe Budden's pointing out the Razr engine NuGet package. Is that is it updated for core? No. Yes. Is it? Is that it? Is that the system? A month ago, 5 months ago, but it's version 4.5. But it's .NET Standard. But it's not Microsoft. It's the Razr Engine project. Based on Razr parsing engine. This is something, yeah, it looks like a fork. A fork? A fork? Looks like a fork. Let's talk to Damien about this. I think there's a... I thought there was one from ASP.NET that we could use. Yeah, So we might be able to just use this one. All right, let's do this. Yeah. So here's the issue. All right. Let's see. Add. Let's look at using the Microsoft. What is the name of this when it gets built? Right, because it's sitting out there somewhere. Is it just Razr? Microsoft ASP.NET Core Razr? Fancy. No. I'm looking for the name of this. It's gotta be. ASP.NET Core Razr? Is that it? Yeah, there it is. So the runtime, the language, the tools, the design. For rendering Razr pages and implementing tag helpers. So let's just drop a reference to this. Microsoft ASP.NET Core.Razr as an additional template engine. Totems, Razr Lite looks okay. Okay. Let's see here. So I was about there. Email template is great. We could add boilerplate text and a link to direct users to their account, manage page, should they wish to stop receiving notifications. This would be good for GDPR. Yes, GDPR is on everyone's mind. Oh my gosh. A couple of issues with possible features. Localization support. Permalink support. Yep, those are going to be good to do, but I think we want a separate notifications project and feature branch. Good morning, Bane Games. For some of these features as these develop, let's get this merged in first and see what's going on here. 15 files, it's a lot here. So inside of our app settings, adding email notifications, the send grid API key from email address and from name, and then here's the new template. Oh, and it's HTML. Yeah, it feels very JavaScripty. Razr Lite worked okay for you, Ozcoder? Okay. Good to know. Notification service is being injected in details now, along with the email, removing the email sender, so the notification service. Notify author new comment. Okay, so you're passing off, so there's the, if no author can notify, you're pushing that into notification service, it looks like. There's our email message notifier. Template provider, template parser. Format mail message is just taking the provider, grab the template for the template name. Okay, that's being passed in, and then format. All right. And then, so you've changed this to email notifier. Getting the email notifications object. Now see, why aren't you just receiving that from the app settings that you configured? No matter. Let's see, send email async. String is null or white space. Yep, alright, so throwing an appropriate message if there is no send grid key created. Makes sense. And also checking for the email address. Checking, make sure there's a recipient, throwing appropriate errors. Create the message, format the from, the to. Yep, set the subject, add the content. Hook up the send grid and send the email message. That makes sense. Email message formatter, email notifier, notification service. Right, new author comment. I'm not sure if I wanted to roll my own Razr engine. I was hoping to be able to just refer to the Razr engine. Get template content. Okay, notification service. Takes in the email message formatter, email notifier, the user manager. Okay, configuration. There's the test. If author can if we cannot notify the author, return false. Yeah. This looks pretty good. So here's the template provider, where it's basically loading up that data from disk. All right. And in startup, why are you receiving the hosting environment? You're not doing anything with it here. Add scoped references to all of those objects. That's okay. And remove the singleton email sender that we had before. That's fine. And there's the new block. All right. I'm okay with these changes. At some point, we need to get it back into building unit tests on a regular basis on this stuff. So let's do it. This is a nice expansion of the notification features. Thanks for the contribution. And I'm going to open a new project and a new project to manage notification features. This way we can put them in one place, let that grow appropriately, right? So let's do that. I'm going to go over here to issues. No, projects. Notifications. A deeper expansion of the simple notification capabilities built into CoreWiki. All right, templates, basic Kanban. Go. Yeah, I know, Genesco. They were knocked out. It pains me so. Oh gosh. Yeah, I know. It's the way they lost to the South Koreans was just painful. Alright, so this, hey, this, we'll put over there. Yep, localization support, we'll bring that over here. Actually, I thought we already had the, I thought this is... I'm gonna move that right to done. Add cards. There we go. I think we're done this one. Let's take this and put it there. All right. I think that's a good start. Yeah, last in their group was not feeling too good here for the defending champs. Looks like we have a bunch of older tickets here that we can close out because I think we've got them done at this point. Need a page size selector. I think this is back in place. So I'm going to close this because I have seen it in a branch. I think this is, yeah, isn't this done now? Merged. Yeah. So I'm going to close that. Undeletable article. Create an article with a plus in the title, cannot be viewed, edited, or deleted. Yeah, this is weird. And this has to do, this is effectively like a cross-site scripting. I don't think Germans use cups. Oh, Echo. Ugh. Come on now, buddy. Change route definition. What is this one? I thought, didn't we merge this? We did. Yep. There we go. One last thing. Alright. If an article is not found, allow authorized users to create it. Yep, we merged this. So that's good. I think we did this one also from S&B. Yep, merged. Yep. We started on this. Yeah, this one I'm going to leave open for right now. Alright. For 20 years, they go to the knockout phase. Yeah. Yeah. I was saying during my keynote on Monday morning, it's been 70 years since Germany missed the World Cup finals, right? The World Cup tournament. Unlike Team USA, who missed it this year. And, yeah, that feels bad. Cool, okay. I want to merge that branch now that's hanging out there. The feature authorization branch. 14 commits ahead, 68 commits behind dev. Ugh. Can't automatically merge. Of course it can't. Italy and Netherlands missed this World Cup completely. I know. Right? It's a change of the guard. Alright. Just keeping an eye on things here. Everything is real stable. I like it. So, authorization tag helper, can notify flag, migrations, email notifications, and the templates. So this will push all of those features into play. Let's create this. And then we're going to end up having to rebase because there's so much going on in here. And yeah, this is going to be messy. So Let's start pulling this together. I'm gonna start by doing a git pull on the dev, and then make sure we have all of that. Now, why isn't it telling me that I have a merge conflict here? There it is. All right. Time to get busy. Let's make it happen. Not core, code. All right, let me know what you see. If I'm doing something stupid, if I missed something big here. And I'm looking to you, my pair programmers out there, to make sure that I'm not messing up. Let's close all the tabs here. Let's start at the top and work our way down. So first up, I've got a change here in the identity inside of areas here. This is for identity context, and I bet this is the migrate call, and they're both doing the exact same thing. I'm okay with that. That's an easy one to resolve. I wish I could just right click and say mark as resolved, or right click and say add to my git commit, you know? All right, configuration, app settings, CS here. So, oh, this is introducing the content security policy settings and the email notifications. I actually want to take both features. Can't you do that in full Visual Studio? You can, but I like doing it here in Visual Studio Code. Yeah. All right. Migrations. You need to be in the Git view for that. The Git view? Hey, is that Japan THR, or is that JA Panther? Either way, welcome. Thanks for the follow. VS Code was used in the Twitch dev stream yesterday for making an extension. Really? It's interesting. I'm seeing Visual Studio Code used more and more in other folks, non-Microsoft folks and non.NET folks, presentations and the like. Wow, you can really see that my green... Oh, you know what? That got turned somehow. Must have moved or something and my lights got all twisted there. There we go. I always found the Git integration in Visual Studio lacking. Yes. They were showing how to use Alexa command to Twitch raffle extension. That's, yeah, I'm not... Right? That feels kind of weird to do that. Professional streamer. Shut up. Alright, why is this? Why is Core Wiki unavailable? See, now I'm really screwed. Look at this. Look at this. I tell you. So, I do want SendGrid and WebSec. We do want that also. And everything should be 211s. We're good there. Alright, save. Now I should be able to reload. VS Code to make JavaScript and stuff with Lambda. Yeah. I've even seen videos where folks from NASA are using Visual Studio Code, which is like dude, they're using Visual Studio Code to build rockets. That's pretty cool, you know? I'm going to reload the GitHub scoreboard. Because we merged everything, and hopefully all of our data has been updated properly up there. Right, no work on stream tools this week, but we should see some of the core wiki stuff. In VBA. Oh, stop it. No, not in VBA. Fortran. Okay. Where were we? Scoreboard widget, what, show as extension panel, but also a marquee. Ooh, Genescu. Yes. Yes, very yes. Another live coder on Twitch, Talk to Me Gooseman, has a GitHub widget out there. It's Fortran 77. But Talk to Me Gooseman has a widget to show the GitHub projects that we're working on. But I like the idea of making our scoreboard into a embedded panel extension. That would be cool. Any intention of Identity Server 4? Absolutely. I think once we get a little bit outside of some of these minimum viable features, and then we can look at Identity Server 4. There is the Twitch extension rig, yes, and I'm doing some work with it right now for something that I hope to introduce in the month of July, maybe August here on stream. That if I can get it to work, is going to be pretty freaking amazing, and I think you guys are going to agree with it. I say guys, you folks. I've been stuck working on VBScript in an HTA application for the last 2 weeks. Oh, Lycan. I'm sorry to hear that. That sounds like it's older technology. HTA application's kind of weird to be working on, but okay. But hey, you know what? If that's the right tool and the right job, right, the right features that you need to use to get the job done for whatever the customer requires, then okay. But if there's better tools available that meet all of the customer's needs, I would explore something different. All right. All right, let's see now. Looking here, I've got to find all my changes. I just don't find. No, stop. I've already got this set up. See, I'm off in. This is what I don't like about the Visual Studio Team Explorer integration here is I've already got things configured the way I want it with my Git client on disk. Just show me the changes that I need to go through here, and I'm in La La Land with Visual Studio having to reconfigure it to do something else. When I've already got it configured, just use what I've built. So that I find annoying. Using DISM backup in Windows PE was what the last guy. Oh my gosh. You mean Windows Me, not PE, or Windows? Are you referring to the Windows? Oh my gosh, that's. Yeah, thank you, Brave Cobra. It leaves something to be desired when you get pushed around like that by the tool when you've already got something configured. So this initial does not have the articles table in it in this migration. That feels weird. The pre-installation environment. Oh, yeah. Ugh. Okay, build target model. And this is 2018-06-19 1431-02 initial. Yeah, and it's already got article defined here. And comment. What was that? But why is it adding... Shouldn't I have both articles and comments here? I think so. I think I need to accept both. Okay. Add slug history, DB context model snapshot. Okay, so here's the product version change to 211. That's the one that I want. Okay. And that's the only change that's needed there. Alright, so far so good. Minor brain surgery here, right friends? Alright, next, coming out of the models, application DB context. Yeah, that's what it sounds like, Joe Bun, doing stuff for OEMs. So this is where we moved our seed data interaction here, right? With the new has data feature and taking advantage of the new entity framework feature, seed data feature, right? So now all of this data that we were loading isn't needed down here. So that's good, I think. Article row changed. What do we have here? So this is introducing the can delete articles tag helper. They're at the ASP policy feature. Edit, you do not have permission to delete. Right, I'm looking at the edit. Card link, button, button outline, info, button SM, ASP page, edit. And then the localizer is included here as well. So ASP policy and ASP policy message are here. We're going to need to localize the policy message as well. But if I copy that, bring that in there, and then we need to and then I can accept the incoming change. Alright. Next is the create page. How would you do that in a modern way? PowerShell. Yeah, I think so. I don't have any experience with it, but that's the way that I would think you'd want to do that. I think we need all of those. Alright. Oh, that's it. Well, that was easy. Alright. Delete. Down here. Alright. Can delete articles. So using the ASP policy again. Right, so if I'd get rid of that. And then let's just paste that in there. And now we're enforcing the check. Good. The GUI isn't anything fun. Yeah. Alright. App settings JSON. Here we go. So email notifications and then CSP settings. I think we need both. And we need one of these and one of those. Cool. That works. And the CS proj, I think, yeah, we already fixed that. Startup. Way up here. I think we need both. I think... Now here's Core Wiki test. I think we're good on all of these. I'll go back over here to Visual Studio. Let's try to run the tests that we do have. And then let's start up and run the application and make sure that it actually runs. Is it running the tests? I'd like to know. There we go. 17 tests. Looks good to me. Let's see what it looks like when we actually run the application. Just ship it. I don't need that right now. So we moved to port 8080, if you remember. Dark theme, looks good still. Default theme, okay. And if I go to latest changes, that looks good. And I can't delete, there's no delete button here at all. Right? I'm changing the home page. Alright already. And there it is. Looks good to me. You need an impersonate function. Ooh. Now look, now the delete button is appearing. And it's home page. Alright, let's merge and commit what we've got. Merged code. And then I'm going to rebase and nah, I shouldn't rebase. I should squash and merge. There we go. Fantastic. Yes, let's delete that authorization branch. All right. And I'm going to clean up some branches here. Oh shoot, what was it to prune, automatically prune the extra branches? How to prune local tracking branches that do not exist. Oh dear Lord. I thought there was a new command to do this. Ugh. Amidst the information presented, -p. After fetching, remove any remote tracking branches no longer exist. Git fetch -p. Nope. Can configure Git to automatically remove references to delete remote branches when fetching. When calling git fetch or git pull afterwards, references to deleted remote branches get removed automatically. That feels like a good thing to configure. Right, so when I git pull, but it should have deleted feature authorization because I deleted it and it didn't. You could make a PowerShell script to run that command as another with alias. Yes. I could. If you want to dereference those local branches from local. So what does this do? It's not showing me anything. No, it's... I'm gonna have to git remote update. Git remote update prune. Feature authorization still there, and I just deleted it. I feel like I need to do these by hand. Fortunately, I can tab through it, right? One more. Now, isn't there a GC that I could do? Sorry, that was probably not a super effective operation of dealing with. I just hopped in. That's okay, Stim Unix. So these aren't, those other branches still exist out there for other folks, but it's not removing that feature authorization. Right? This I just deleted on the remote. Git GC has other purposes. Like what? Clean up unnecessary files and optimize. Okay. Some Git commands may automatically run Git GC. Okay. Prune loose objects older than date. Okay. Wasn't sure if I wanted to somehow clean up, remove. Alright, so I'm going to remove feature authorization. Goodbye. And now I have just dev. Now, where I've been working and where we're going to pick up here is in version and ratings, which is a bit behind dev. So now everything we just went through, I'm going to do it again. This light does not want to stay fixed, pointing where I've told it to. That's better. I have these green LED spotlights behind me that are filling in the seams and some of the reflection on my green screen. And the one here just keeps moving around. One word, gaff tape. Yeah. But see, by not taping it down, I can do cool things. Whoa. Like that. Alright. Now I've got to merge dev back into this, and then we'll see what's going on. Authorization tag helper was removed. What do you mean it was removed? It should still be there. I just merged it. Cancel. Cancel. It was just there. I just merged it. Oh, look. How'd it get removed? I mean, we just went through the... Monkus. Yeah. Right, it was called Authorization Tag Helper. There it is. It's added. I mean, it's right there, and we merged it. What the hell? Okay. It was introduced back on the 16th. I don't see it in the list of commits here. But oh wait. I'm not in. There it is. It's in dev. I've already changed over to project version and ratings where I need to merge dev now. Right, I need to merge back in all of those changes, and there's lots of them. I'm always amazed at how people are able to literally be at conferences, speak at conferences all the time. I can't do it. I just can't. I'd much rather be here with you fine folks. So, who was happy that Microsoft bought GitHub? I think everybody should be happy that Microsoft bought GitHub. There's, if you look at the size of GitHub, the resources of GitHub, you really were only looking at a few tech giants that could have afforded purchasing it, which means that no matter what, it was going to lose its independence. And I would not have wanted a Facebook or a Twitter to purchase it, where they clearly have social media designs on things. And you're right, Brave Cobra, the future will tell. I don't think anybody would have wanted Oracle or IBM to purchase GitHub. I don't think either one of those organizations would know what to do with it. They're very business focused, and I'm not sure that they get what GitHub is. So that would really leave it to Google or Microsoft. And in my mind, it's a toss-up between the two. Google isn't really a developer company. They are building developer tools, but they're running into different issues with GDPR and the folks in Europe. They've already got challenges going on there. GitHub would have further complicated things, which means it comes down to Microsoft. But now Microsoft can dabble behind the lines and decide what kind of code can be put in there. I understand your concerns, Stim Unix. If Microsoft were to do that, it would completely violate the trust of the users and would completely devalue the purchase. And everybody at Microsoft has said that's exactly what they do not want to do. They want to let it operate as an independent business unit in the same way that LinkedIn operates or Minecraft operates. But I think you're also going to see that Microsoft will loan the support of the Salesforce, the field support teams that are out there all over the place, and be able to grow the GitHub ecosystem in good ways that loaning that corporate influence will allow GitHub to permeate into some organizations where there were folks who flat out said, you cannot touch stuff on GitHub because we don't trust it. So I think there's an opportunity for GitHub to get into some customers, some organizations that were stodgy, I think might be the right term. So I think it's I think that it'll be a good thing. I'm worried they'll start doing obscurity of code through isolation. Stim Unix, in the business unit that acquired GitHub, the same unit that I work for, it's called the Cloud and AI Group. It's managed by Executive Vice President Scott Guthrie. That organization has dedicated itself to open source. Our group has open sourced Visual Studio Code, completely free, open source, and available for you. All of our programming languages, all of our frameworks, all of our tools, completely cross-platform and available for you to check out from source control, from GitHub. And Stim Unix, Scott Guthrie, who's now the executive vice president, he's the guy that went to our friend Steve Ballmer that you see pop up here and say, I've got this MVC thing for ASP.NET, and I really want to make it open source. I want to share the source code for it. And that was one of the first things that was published with being able to take back commits from the community by Microsoft. So I think you're going to find Scott Guthrie is a very good steward for owning the GitHub relationship. And Nat Friedman, who was formerly the CEO of Xamarin, great individual to manage that relationship. And I hope you see some positive influences on GitHub in the months to come as that deal closes. So I'm very excited about it. I think that it can only mean good things. I hope it means we get better GitHub integration with Visual Studio Code, because let's face it, GitHub's where everybody uses, puts their source code. So if we can get better integration there with Visual Studio Code, because those teams literally work together, it's going to be amazing for everybody. Anthony asks, as a new programmer, which one do you suggest learning as a second language? C# or Java for web? C#. You're going to find .NET as being innovated. It's being innovated on, and I think you're going to find that amazing things are growing and happening there. No, it's not. Hang on. Wait. Erwin. Hey, there's Erwin. Hey, thank you so much for your email templating contributions there, Erwin. Very points for Erwin. Thank you for joining us here in the chat room. If they mess with other people's data, I think they can also shut down Azure. And I think if you look at Microsoft putting its money where its mouth is, they went all the way to the Supreme Court to fight the American government trying to subpoena data from servers that were overseas, that were offshore. So not only are they putting their money where their mouth is, they're putting their lawyers in front of the Supreme Court arguing over this. So you've got good stewards here, I believe. Amazon has competitors on AWS. Microsoft has competitors on Azure. They aren't going to mess with the golden goose. Agreed? I mean, Amazon, right off the top, Netflix is on AWS as well as Amazon Video. And they do the exact same thing. Thank you for the information and informing. No problem, Stim Unix. And it's a good conversation to have. I'm not opposed to it. And, you know, I hope we see good things coming out of it. You know, thank you for asking the question. I'm not sure what you're referring to, Oleg, and I'm not going to click on that photo of text on a black background. Thank you, FritzBot, for identifying the image there. Learn C. Would have loved to have discussed pull request 131 in Stream Tools. Let's take a quick look there before I start merging here. I'm just going to shortcut this. Fritz Stream Tools. 3 pull requests out here. 131, fix for DI registration problem with GitHub service. What is this? Since there should be only one GitHub repository, we want to register it as a singleton. Okay. Let's do that. Here's what I want to do, Brave Cobra. Let's talk about this on Saturday's show. Because it looks like you've got a lot of stuff going on here. User secrets should be in startup. Where is it? Startup. Why aren't you taking configuration? Why are you building configuration builder? No, you're looking at an old way to do things. The default configuration builder. Oh, you've been here since the start. Okay. Lurking. That's not bad. All right. I still wanted to recognize you and thank you now that I saw you in there chatting. Very nice job with the email templates. And, you know, let's see if we can get Razr in there as a good template provider as well. Already handles user secrets. All right. Sure, leave the user secrets out there. Let's talk about this on the Saturday show. I want to get through and finish this merge that I started. But I think you've got some good intentions here we need to come to. Oh, Madcap322, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. And Steve, you haven't been so busy here this morning, have you? So chat room, I know a bunch of you have been here for a long time and have joined us and have seen a significant number of the streams that we run here. And we've seen Steve pop up 2,600 times. Is he somebody? Is that annoying? I've seen a couple comments from folks on YouTube who say, "Get rid of the Balmer thing. I find it annoying. I don't want to see it anymore." I want to make sure that I acknowledge everybody who joins us here on stream. I think it's important to thank you for clicking the button to follow and opting into receiving notifications of when we're broadcasting. Hi, I'm Envy. Okay, hello there, Envy. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, Stim Unix. That's a little bit of what I think. And like I said, I want to make sure that I recognize you. And for folks who are just watching on YouTube and don't appreciate the interaction. All right, catch you later, Brave Cobra. And how can you not love Steve? I know. It's not like he's appearing every 3 seconds here and annoying us. Oh my gosh. Combar Capes, thank you for the subscription. That's awesome. We'll make sure that we match that subscription, and we're going to create a donation over to our friends at Girl Develop It, so that women and underserved minorities, they can learn how to write code too. So thank you so much for using your Twitch Prime subscription here in the channel. Maybe limit the audio notification if it occurs too frequently. That's not a bad idea there, Veronica. Blue Beanie says, what language? We're working in C# here today. We're working using ASP.NET Framework, ASP.NET Core in particular, so that we can publish to Linux, Mac, and Windows. And I've been using Visual Studio Code. I'm going to use Visual Studio here for a bit to work on some features in our content management system that we've been building called Core Wiki. This is a free open source project you can download from my GitHub. There's links to my GitHub on the page here. Do I build websites too? That's what we're building. So yeah, absolutely. Now, Fritzbot, that's the wrong question. I need to fix that Q&A. The interaction with the chat and the followers is what makes this a live feed and not a tutorial. Amen, Ozcoder. Yes, absolutely. And points to Ozcoder, but of course...
It can be done exactly how I want it.
Absolutely it can.
The only question is, are you the man to do it?
Of course I'm the one to do it, Walter White. I use the following code on Stack Overflow to render a view via Razr engine to string. Ooh, Johan Nape. Yes, that's exactly the kind of thing that we're looking at doing. But is that using? Is that using the ASP.NET Core Razr engine, or is that using the .NET Framework Razr engine? Yeah, let's see if we can add that in as another template format. Not that there's anything wrong with the mustache format that Erwin presented us with. You know, that's really cool for folks who are used to that type of format from Node.js and from other JavaScript templating libraries. But if there's folks who are used to using ASP.NET and they prefer Razr, to have that option to drop those in as well. I'm in the middle of a Bootstrap 4 course. Do you think I can get freelance jobs? Don't know. What other skills do you have there, Blue Beanie? Getting a job in the development field is about what do you know, what have you accomplished, and a little bit of who you know. You know, that combination will help you find jobs. All right, I'm going to go through here and I'm going to resolve my conflicts because I've got a bunch of them in this project. So let's, I'm going to close all my, close all. Now, right inside of Visual Studio Code, because I like the way that it formats it, if you put in the hours to just do stuff, you'll find jobs easier to come by. Agreed, Stim Unix. Having a hobby project or two, something that you can poke around at, and if there's a feature or a tool set that you want to learn that you can, you know, experiment with, tinker, will help. You know, it'll help to grow your knowledge base. And that's the one thing that you have to understand about the development field, software development field, is you always have to be learning. And that's why this isn't just a 2-hour course that you can download, right? This is 2 hours, 3-4 days a week where we're going to get together and we're going to write code together. And if there's something that you see here that I'm working on that you think you can improve, or maybe you want to write some documentation around, go ahead and send a pull request. We'll review it here on stream. We'll talk about it. You know, you'll learn something a little bit. You know, if you're trying something different, something new, we'll learn something also. And you know what? We'll grow our project together. It's all about the CV, absolutely, right? You know, you might be able to say, yeah, I worked with a Microsoft program manager from the .NET team to build this project, and I've got some commit credits inside that project. I'm more than happy to say, oh yeah, you know what? Blue Beanie helped me out with, you know, or whatever your name is, you know, in IRL. Helped out with, you know, adding these features into our project. There they are in GitHub. You can see the code that Blue Beanie wrote, and, you know, it works good. It helps out my project in a way that I approve of. So, and that's not judging anybody as a person, but this is the work that they submitted, and it works for me. So, let's take a look here at these commits. I use it for .NET, so not sure if it works out of the box for Core. Yeah, sounds like it's a move in the right direction for that feature. All right, let's take a look here. So this is what we had for the old. Okay, so this was the old seed data method, and it was converted to just migrate. And what we're doing now is I'm now adding this article histories object, and I think I'm going to need that in the new has data model. Let's do this. I need this one here. I'm going to copy this line, but accept the incoming change. And I don't have the buttons, the handy buttons at the top here. All right. Now up here, I need to do something like that. But let's take this new article for the home page. Homepage equals, and there's the homepage article. Var homepage history, and I'll show you what I've got here for these. This, put that there. Okay, so has data new homepage. Model builder. Entity, article, histories, right? No. Article history is the name of the entity that I now have. And I've got to show you that. And, no, this should be just home page history. All right. How to use Razr engine for email template in ASP.NET Core. Oh, look at it, Parathon. Fantastic. Oh, is that from MSDN Magazine? Is that what that is? Cool. All right. We're probably going to need to put some more indexes out there, but that'll work for just getting this merge happening, and we'll see about other refactorings later. In the create page, I've got 2 collisions here. Var slug equals URL helpers, URL friendly. Article slug equals slug, and we need to add author ID. But don't we just add the author here? No, I don't see it. Let's take the incoming on this. Right, we have author ID. Yeah, we do. Good, take it. Alright, creating page with slug, that's the same. Is available, context, articles, any, x, slug equals slug. These are the same. Make me feel bad. So I'll choose that one. Open new issue for the Razr. I thought I created an issue. Alright. So that resolves the create page. Excuse me. I've got a reflux. And I'll be going for some surgery in August, late August. So there'll be a couple days in late August where I'm not broadcasting. Alright, so this is Core Wiki Identity Context Connection. And these are both identical except for the casing. I'm going to take the lower one because it has the lowercase app data reference. That's fine. Startup. Okay, so we have a change right here. Is it Core Wiki or is it Core Wiki Data? It is Core Wiki Data is the name of the connection string, so we need the incoming. Cool. I think that's all of the... Yep. Now let's try running all of our unit tests. Go. Just a comment. Build errors. Bummer. No. Application DB context. What the... It won't let me delete code. It won't let me delete code. Visual Studio won't let me delete code. Now you feel shame. I'll try the other Visual Studio because it's nicer to me. Okay, that says new, just like that right there. Same bug today, Chaotic13 says. Vim Oh, points to Stim Unix there. You're onto something. Let's try building again. Build, rebuild. Now, why? That is not the same code that I'm loading over here. Application DB context. I mean, that's not the same file. Where is it getting that file from? And control comma is not working either. Now, I am on a preview version here of Visual Studio. I'm going to take a note here. At let's call it 52. Visual Studio 2017 does not show the same content as Visual Studio Code. And I'll pass that on to the Visual Studio team a little bit later. Are you connected on a virtual machine? No. No. Quite literally, the Visual Studio editor is not behaving at all. I can't even control Q into the box. So what I'm going to do is close the solution and try to reopen it. Hey, good morning, PDX Insomniac. Alright, now let's see if I control... No, control comma still doesn't work. Control Q does not either. If I go directly to application, I can't... Ugh. Yeah, control comma isn't opening for me. But that is not the same code that this is showing over here. Oh no, it's right there. And this should be home page. Nope, still won't let me delete. Thank you for the follow, PDX Insomniac. Alright. Yeah, it won't let me delete that. That's weird. See if I can build this. There would be a very particular reason for that. No, for 4TF. I'm not wearing it to trigger people. I just came back from Germany. I was there over the weekend. I spoke at Developer Week Deutschland in Nuremberg. I was in a hotel right by the Nuremberg Ring, and there was a race there over the weekend. So I arrived Sunday morning. Oh, thanks for the bits, PDX Insomniac. I'll match those bits and we'll donate over to our friends at Girl Develop It. If you close Visual Studio Code, then it will let you delete, it says Trap Off. I'll try. It won't even let me... Right, I mean, there's... It won't let me. I'm jelly. I didn't get to actually see anything, but I arrived at like 9 in the morning on Sunday morning. And I wanted to go take a nap in my room because I didn't sleep very well on the flight. And I woke up at about 3, 4 in the afternoon, and I'm hearing... I'm like, okay. Those European sports cars flying by. I'm gonna, yeah, I bet there's a operation blocking user input. Yes, I would like to shut down so that we can get it working again, thank you. And we'll try this again. Alright, come on. If I am logged on any virtual machine, my keyboard works half on the French version. Oh, wow. Today in one group, the fair play points were defining who go to the playoff round. Wow, Janescu. I don't think I was near the Autobahn. I'm not sure. So now if I highlight, yeah, now it's letting me delete code. All right. So let's make sure it builds. Build failed. All right. Gonna tell me why? All right. So I'm missing. Give me my error list. So there's that. So I don't really need... No, I do. I do. There's that, and I don't have the semi at the end. No. It should be just that, right? Yeah. That's fine. What else? Let's try and build this. Leaves me curious if it's the emulation or a security process then. If it's security based, POC it. And build succeeded. Cool. Alright. Let's check unit tests. 18 tests here. Looks good. Alright. So let's commit that merge. Alright, and I will push that up. Yep, proof of concept, absolutely. Senegal knockout, as always tied with Japan, and Japan goes to the playoffs because of -4 fair play points. Senegal has -6. Oh, wow. So, for those of you, for Americans, for folks that aren't watching and understand what Janescu is referring to, so in the Soccer World Cup, the Football World Cup, there's a bunch of tiebreakers to determine who moves on when two sides are tied up, and there's different things like, you know, goal differential, number of goals scored, and then there's this fair play points option where, depending on the number of players that you've had penalized or kicked out of a game, you lose points. You get negative points because you haven't been playing fairly. And so they're trying to encourage good sportsmanship and not taking so many penalties. And now it's hurt the folks of Senegal from being able to move on to the knockout round. Wow. All right. That really says something. Whew. So, the change that I've introduced here. Oh my gosh, Erwin, thank you for the cheer. I really appreciate those bits, and of course, we'll match those bits and make a donation to Girl Develop It, so that girls, women, underserved minorities will have a chance to learn how to write code, just like we do here on stream. Awesome. What do we got here? I have the same issue because Visual Studio wants an exclusive lock on that file, while Visual Studio Code works just with that. Yeah. Fair play points makes as much sense as asking a bridge troll 3 questions. What? So Arts Plunge, it's actually like the 4th or 5th tiebreaker after goals, right? So, you know, if you have good offense, right, and you've scored enough goals, to make it the 4th or 5th tiebreaker, literally just before the coin flip to see who advances is pretty good. Oh my gosh. Stim Unix, thank you so much for the 500 bits there. Absolutely. We're going to make some donations over to our friends at Girl Develop It. I have a nice sized check waiting to be sent over to them, and I'm really looking forward to making that contribution and letting them know that this community supports their community and their efforts. Thank you so much. All right. Let's I want to talk to you about the article histories concept that I've baked in here. So what we want to do for a wiki, we want to be able to track changes. We want to be able to see the history of an article that's been written. And what we've done is I have an article model here that has the content of, you know, what's been built, the various articles that we have on the system. And I now have an article history object that references the article that it's going to be a copy of. We're going to create a version number for those articles, and if you look at the article here, it has a version now as well, and that version defaults to 1. But we'll keep track for each article their version number. We'll have the topic, the slug, just like we do in the article, when it was published, and of course the content. Now I created a little helper method here to take an article and turn it into article history. So if we've created a new article, if we've got a new version of the article that we've created, you want to save a copy of that article in the history table so that we have a complete history of everything that's happened. So just this little conversion, and I could have created this as an implicit operator to allow you to stick an article into an article history table. But I think this is a little bit more explicit, that we're taking an article and turning it into a historical record. So what this lets us do now is actually look at the changes, the history of our code as we build. So let's start this, and I'll make a couple changes to that homepage article, and we should be able to, in the database, look at those changes. And here we go. The seed entity for entity type article history cannot be added because there was no value provided for the required property ID. Let's look at this. So, article history from article. I shouldn't have to specify ID equals 1. Right? It should automatically generate, right? Because article history, right? Database generated. I mean, alright, let's do ID equals 1. Make sure that loads. Hey, so, because Stim Unix used the football emotes there, the football giveaway is now available. If you want to cheer in chat, you too can get a collection of a bunch of different football emotes for the next few weeks, and use those, you know, wherever you're watching Twitch. That's a promotion that they're doing. Check it out if you're interested. Cannot be added because it has the navigation article set. To seed relationships, you need to add the related entity seed to article and specify the foreign key values. Oh. I just already got footy emoji. Oh, and now you've got the number 3 badge as the number 3 cheer on the actually it's tied for first for the month here on stream. Thank you so much. There you go, Janasco. Getting some other cool emotes. So you need to add the related entity seed to article and specify the foreign key values. That's not at all confusing. Not really connected question to CoreWiki, but have I tried using the Fira code font? I haven't. I haven't tried it. I know some folks really enjoy it. Let's go get it real quick. Here it is. How to install. Choco install Fira code. Let's do that. It's still running in the background. Stop. Why is this running? All right. Oh, what is that? Is that the Brazilian flag, Janescu? Looks like it. Yes. Nope, didn't work. Because I'm not running in an administrator console window. Try that again. But da da da. Come on. So I like using Chocolatey to do the installations for things like this, just because then I don't have to worry about or think about it. Alright, it says it installed it. That looks absolutely hideous, and I wish I knew what it was complaining about. But I don't care, because it says it was successful. I'll go back over to Visual Studio. Let's see here. Instead of consoleless, Fira code. I'd prefer if it was a little bit bolder. No. Yeah, it's a little bit thin for my... Yeah, I think I want the medium, and if I turn on bold... Okay, it's didn't change anything in here. Huh? All the footies. Yeah, plain text, selected text, it should all be converted over to look like this, and it clearly didn't. Let's try that for a little bit and see how it goes. Well, then, thank you very much. Okay, so it's having a problem with how I'm trying to seed the data here. Right, and actually it didn't even do the ligature. Isn't there a setting you need to flip? In Visual Studio, it only works in VS Code. Yeah, so I'm going to take this and go back to consoleless. Much better. But in VS Code, we'll change it. There we go. Control, comma. And we'll add an editor font ligatures. Where'd it go? I thought I had code open. Da, 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 da. Oh, look, it's now grouped here. Ligatures. editor, font ligatures, true. All right. So where's there someplace where I have... Consulus, Legolas's lesser-known brother. You're right, Corbob. I need to set the font there. Yep, editor, font family, Farracode. Let's put that on as well. There we go. That looks much better in here than it did in full Visual Studio. All right, I'm gonna go back over and let's look at that error message again and see if we can parse that out, why it doesn't like to seed the article history. Here. The seed entity for entity type article history cannot be added because it has the navigation article set. To seed relationships, you need to add the related entity seed to article and specify the foreign key values article ID. Using DB Context Options Builder, enable sensitive data logging to see the involved property values. Okay then, I think I'll do that. Punk. Enable sensitive data logging equals true. Doesn't like that. Because it is a method group. Oh, really? Now, why doesn't it like that? An object reference is required for that. Alright, so... Nuts. Hang on. No! No! What am I doing? Is it hiding under Model Builder? I wonder if I can set that up here in options. No. DB Context Options Builder. That's over in Startup. That I have one of those. Right there. Do that, and now we can see what's going on. Okay, kaboom. All right. Article the seed entity for entity type article history with the key value ID1 cannot be added because it has the navigation article set. To seed relationships, you need to add the related entity seed to article and specify the foreign key values article ID. Alright, so it's telling me that the homepage history object so I don't have an article ID property exposed to me because I'm using the navigation property. So I think we need to explicitly declare right? And then we have to say foreign key, and then foreign key attribute to a foreign key property, and you specify the name of the associated navigation. So this actually should be on that, and it is article is the navigation property, which means that as we create this, article ID equals 1 for the purposes of seeding. Name of, oh, I'll take that. I can do that. We need an extra one of those. Right, so what Parathon is suggesting, the name of method here will allow us to use a reference to the article object, and it'll appropriately cast that into a string. This way we don't have magic strings laying around. What the heck? The seed entity for entity type article history with the key value cannot be added because it has the navigation article set. To seed relationships, you need to add the related entity seed to article. I thought we did that. And specify the foreign key values, article ID. I thought we did that too. Because we said has data and homepage is there. Homepage history should connect up to that because it has article ID equals 1. And actually, I should do that in this. Right? That should work. But I'm going to get the same error again. It's not coming out. Yeah, why is it saying it's not there? I mean, I've clearly added it. No. There it is, database browser. Let's take a look. App data. Now it's wiki content. And, well, first off, article history isn't even here yet. Okay, that's right, because that's a new GUID default homepage. There it is. Did you create the migration? I thought we did. I thought I did. I thought we did. I don't see it there. Let's create the migration. I thought it was there. No matter. .NET EF migrations add article history. Oh, shoot. Application DB context. Come on. Here we go. Seed entity for article history with the key value cannot be added because it has the navigation. Add the related entity seed to article and specify the foreign key values. I've done that. It's right there. And the value was in the database. Let's just make sure I'm looking at the right database, because there were 2 of them there. Yeah, wiki content. Wiki content. So 1 is there. The reference is there. Database structure. And it didn't create article histories yet. And it won't create, it's not creating the migration. Oh no, it did create the migration. It did. So, what's it erroring out on? Oh, it is WinForms. Oh, it is. So, I mean, .NET EF database update. Oh, I did it again. Application DB context. Nope. Even if I comment out the seed. You know, part of me says let's move the database. Let's make sure it generates properly and then bring the database back. Cdev core wiki. Get rid of this one. Nope. Any course for HTML? Not sure. Yeah, this isn't clear to me why it's not building. Ah, shoot. And you know what? I'm running out of time here today. I thought app data was not tracked. Nope, we should add it. Okay. I'm going to commit what we have right now. Attempting to seed article history, because I am just about out of time here. So let me push this up. There you go. And I've also got videos on Wintellect now, if you have a subscription over there. Yeah. Some of my videos are free on Wintellect, and Fritzbot answered correctly this time. All right, so I've started it with this concept of article history, but for some reason the migration isn't saving right. I think I'm going to reach out to one of the entity framework mailing lists or see what I'm doing wrong here. There's got to be something simple that I'm missing that I need to fix. So thanks so much everybody for joining me today. We made a huge amount of progress here, merging and pushing a lot of those different features that we've all been working on together with the Core Wiki project. I feel like it's really coming along in a good way. Of course, I'm going to archive off this video. You'll see it over on YouTube a little bit later today. And I will be back tomorrow for F# Friday. Now, I have an event in the morning with my daughters that I'll be at, but I'll try to get to doing some F# in the afternoon tomorrow. All right? I hope you join me then. We'll work on some more Azure functions with functional programming techniques using F#. And then I'll be back Saturday and we'll do more work on Core Wiki. So, thanks so much everybody for joining. Let's see if there's somebody out there that we can raid real quick in the programming category. For those of you not familiar with raiding, this is a way for us to connect over to another Twitch channel, show them our support. Let's see what we got here. You know what? Dev Chatter has started up, but you know what? I know a lot of our folks watch over there also. Let me see if there's somebody else. Couple people working in Unity, React, some Flutter development. Let's, who's this? Spam the Man Can. Programming a game live. Nope, looks like he just stopped. And then there's Python. Now we'll raid Dev Chatter. Alright. F# Fun Day Friday. Absolutely. Alright. Take care, everybody. Have fun over there with Dev Chatter, and we'll see you next time. Here comes the raid. Alrighty.